1,500 meters to go, much of it downhill. And just behind number 76, that's Amanda Lightfoot, who, like a number of the British teams, she's been training out in Norway this year throughout the summer months. Can't be a bad idea to be training close to the best.
Well, that's right, and Scott Baines has been looking after three of the athletes up there, Jacko, Pete Beyer and Amanda. And Amanda has really, I think, improved her game. Her ski time is good. Missing 8 penalties today, though, it's just too much. 8 minutes added onto your time. But could be race nerves first time in this season, having improved quite by some margin on the skis.
So benefit of the doubt at the moment?
Absolutely, yeah, no, she's a good shot, and this is just a little blip. First race, as I say, just settling in.
Ellen Madsen coming in for her last shoot. We had 102 starters, as we mentioned. Orlova was the last away, but that was Darya Orlova, not the Russian Ekaterina Orlova, who started number 96 and is actually going very nicely. And she'll be in for her final shoot shortly.
Well, the best placed Swede so far at the finish is Emily Larsson with that perfect shoot, 31st position. They've won it here before.
Many times. Zidek and E.ON between them have won 3 of the opening races here in Oestersund. Good finish.
Jonas Jonsson there giving it the big cheer.
Is there a tendency, obviously they do a lot of training on the ranges at this time of year. Mike, how many of the teams use laser shooting to coach, so the coach can see where the aim of the rifle is throughout the process?
That's an interesting one. I think it's mostly just used at this time if an athlete has got a preemptive reaction or a post-reaction to try and get rid of that flinching. As YURLOVA finishes so well.
Medvedev likes it. That was a nod of approval from the former champion, and 19 out of 20 means that at this late stage she's going to produce a very competitive time. 2:42 outside the best, but it's still a top 10 result at the moment, and she should be able to stay comfortably ahead. She's got a 9-second advantage over Switzerland's Gasparin as she sets out on that last loop. Looking at the fresh snow on the tracks, it's not too bad. It's very light. Well, you might just about call it champagne powder.
Tricky little corner that to dance around. Amanda had to take the inside line. Boile's trying to shout to get past. It's not difficult to pass. I mean, it's not easy to pass, I should say.
Into the finish, a sprint vital, doesn't matter where you are, it might be worth a couple of places. Good finish from Amanda Lightfoot on the right of your screen. Bollier's time is the one we're looking at, 49.09, and she goes into 26th position. We'll try and give you a rundown on Amanda's position when we get that up on our screens.
71st at the moment with those 8 minutes penalty.
Take away the 8 minutes.
Take away the 8,
and you're only 4.5 minutes behind, which is going to be worth sort of 25th positions, there or thereabouts.
That's right, Dave. In fact, yes, 25th, you're right.
For a change. Now, let's see how Cook gets on. She's shot well so far.
You can just see she took a long look down the range, or towards the camera's right of range. And for me, she's just trying to do the normal thing, nothing different. Build the same bridge and support.
Dunkley, Studebaker, and now Cook.
There's fear building in now. Got the last shot, good job.
Lanny Barnes still racing for the USA as well. Those 2 misses have made a massive difference to Cook's result. She was certainly looking at World Cup points had they both gone down. 5.29 outside, and she would have been top 20 if she'd hit 5 out of 5 on that last shoot. Nice skiing, though.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I do like the skiing, and you mentioned earlier how well the American cross-country skiers are doing. And the biathletes taking inspiration from that as well.
Well, let's have a look at some of the top performers from today. Lying in third place at the moment, Ekaterina GLAZYRINA, 20 out of 20, her time 46.43. Behind Darya DOMRACHEVA, despite the fact that DOMRACHEVA has missed 2. DOMRACHEVA, the fastest skier, 30 seconds ahead of MÄKÄRÄINEN in ski time, and a full minute ahead of Tora BERGER. But it's Tora BERGER who's got the combination right today. She skied strongly, saved something for that final lap, but also cleared all 20 targets, and you can't keep a smile off your face when you've done that. Great race, brilliant opening to the season, and she notches up yet another victory. The Olympic and world champion over this discipline. My goodness, she's dangerous. She could well claim that crystal globe come the end of the season. Only 3 individual races, of course, this year.
You mentioned another victory for Berger. Of course, that's now her 17th win in her career. Lovely little short strides here from Oestersund as well. 21-year-old, she has to be, well, looking good for the future. And looking good today.
Yeah, 4:33 off the pace of the leaders, and she's might just get a couple of points. She's in 26th position at the moment. You mentioned 17th win for Tora BERGER, Mike. That still keeps her in 9th position in the all-time victories list, behind Sandrine Bailly of France. Heading that list, Magdalena Forsberg, 42 World Cup wins. Magdalena Neuner, in about half the time, notched up 34 victories. Uschi Diesel in 30th, the crowd favourite Uschi Diesel, who retired some time ago. And 4th place on that all-time list, Liv Greta Poiré, or Shellbride as she was known when she was racing. She, of course, marrying Raphael Poiré. Good little sprint coming in from Oestersund. I think the coach has got the message that she needs to pick up the pace if she wants points, and she's in 27th, 4:36 behind. That last shot again would have been crucial. Welcome back to Oestersund. If you've just joined us, I'm afraid you're a little bit late. This race has been long decided, with Tora BERGER producing an astonishing run. She's going through all the press interviews, not the part of racing that she enjoys most, to be honest, but when you race like that, you have to put up with it. 44:33, fantastic time. And other surprises in those top 10, well, SOUKALOVA, I don't think many would have heard her in the top positions at the start of the day, but she shot very well early on. KUZMINA dropping down to 11th, Mike, but only 3 misses and 3:43 behind.
Yeah, she started strong, and maybe she started too strong. Remember, her split time was some 12 seconds ahead of Tora BERGER in that first 3 kilometres.
Razmir Chuti missed 2 in the very first shoot, so her last 3 quarters of the race were pretty encouraging. Via Shemelienko down in 31st. She's outside the World Cup points and pays the price for missing 4 targets today.
And I think we did see it earlier, of only 3 Germans in the top 20. We haven't seen that for a number of seasons. Might be a little worrying for the German team, but they will be back. You can see how she's working around, getting so much pressure on the edge of the right leg ski to get the momentum.
Do you think the Germans will start forcing the athletes to sign contracts saying you retire when we tell you to, not when you choose?
What do you think? Do you think Neuner's going to make a comeback for the Olympics?
Well, I have heard that she's not... she's struggling to fill her time. I mean, I'm sure she'll have plenty of sponsorship commitments that she has to fulfill, but missing the training, missing the racing, and today might be a tough day. She might have fancied her chances in this one.
Well, I mean, she's destined for television, as Rostovtsev's looking on with a little concern there, but I would love to see Neuner come back for the Olympics. She's so talented. She wouldn't need much time to train, and I'm sure the Germans will be asking her to.
We'll see.
This is a good fight over the last 3 kilometres. Pulling back time.
Yeah, with a late start number, this is a really fine performance. 19 hits out of 20, that's what she's built her success on, but she's not skiing too badly either. GASPARIN on 47.33 is going to survive in 4th place. VILUKHINA on 47.42, it's going to be close. She's got 80 meters to go, and Olga is traveling well. She's got 5 seconds to get inside VILUKHINA and top the list as far as the Russians are concerned. No, she's going to miss that one. She goes down into 6th, and Russia, I think, can rejoice. They've had a very, very good day indeed. Wolfgang Pichler will be delighted with the way things have gone today. Good sprint finish from a position of 96th. Well, that was the last threat to the top 5. Great effort over the last 3Ks, Mike, and it is a tough course to pick up your game in the closing stages. A really hard loop, one particularly cruel climb.
Yurlova, she dug so deep, took herself way beyond her normal pace on the last 3Ks.
Now let's have another look at that left hand of Tora Berger's.
Yes, she's certainly got good support through the thumb. She's hanging on to the straps of her carrying harness, and that's why she was recocking so fast without the rifle moving.
Not a lot of change in the ski technique from Tora Berger. She relies on the heart and lungs. And also immensely strong. She's strong in the core regions as well. And a modest celebration. She knew at that stage that victory was hers. 60 World Cup points. She gets the bulk of the prize money and the satisfaction that 227 days of training has paid off.
That's right, and I wonder if she did back off for much of the time after she felt she was going to retire. She was certainly in the roller ski races in July, up that famous fjord, and doing okay, but not as well as she may have done in the past. But she's back.
Shima with 18 hits out of 20, 5.39, misses out on World Cup points, but not a bad result. What about Ukraine as a whole? We'll try and pick up on their best performances. They haven't, as far as I can see, made any top 20, but I think they've got 21st position with Vita Similienko.
Absolutely right, and I think Shamray, the head coach, will be a little disappointed. He wanted more spark. The next best Ukraine is 32nd, and it's a twin sister, Vaya Shemrenko.
Well, those two have changed positions. Vaya, the dominant twin for the last 5 years or so. Last year they were fairly even, but no one can match Tora Berger today. Norway's champion is the winner here in Sweden, without a doubt. A couple more to cross the line, but Tora Berger notching up her 17th World Cup win. Well, a modest crowd here today. Let's have a look at the programme. Both men and women getting a day off tomorrow, and then they'll be back in action on Saturday, the sprint. And fast and furious, only 2 shoots. Not such a penalty for a missed shot, but it will be exciting. And then the pursuits on Sunday.
The pursuits are always excellent. They set off with the time behind the leader as they have gained on the Saturday sprint race. So
the sprint race doubly important if you want to be at the top of the World Cup standings come the end of the first week's racing. Martin Fourcade, of course, winning the men's yesterday. Tora Berger taking the women's today. That's all we got time for today. We will be back, of course, on Saturday with much more biathlon and the first fast races of the season. Congratulations to Tora Berger. Thanks to Mike for his company throughout today. And we'll look forward to an exciting season. It's got off to a very, very good start.